where equal rights are accorded to all citizens, where hard work is encouraged and rewarded, and where you, O God, reign supreme.
And thank you, Ms. Ashby. We will have Mr. Bob Sugrin, Head of Science and PE, now lead us in the National Pledge. Mr. Sugrin.
A pleasant good morning to students and members of staff. Let's all raise our right hand as we say the National Pledge. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of my God and my country. I will honor my parents, my teachers, my leaders, and my elders, and those in authority. I will be clean and honest in all my thoughts, my words, and my deeds. I will strive in everything I do to work together with my fellow men of every creed and race for the greater happiness of all and the honor and glory of my country. Thank you and have a productive day.
Thank you, Mrs. Sugrim, and we will be hearing again from Mrs. Sugrim later on in the program. Now, students, those of you who are in Form 2 all the way up to Form 5, you're familiar with what comes now. But for our Form 1 students, in our morning assembly, we like to have a little inspiration, something to help you get through the day. And so for this morning's thought for the day, I invite Ms. Crystal Sylvester. Ms. Sylvester?
Good morning, everyone. The thought for today is, you learn something every day if you pay attention. Once again, you learn something every day if you pay attention. And this thought is by Ray LeBlanc. But what do we mean by this? Online learning is extremely hard. We are all aware of this. No one really wants to sit at home and stare at a screen for the entire day simply to learn something, simply to engage in English, math, science, auto mechanics, whatever subject you are doing. However, the reality is that the only way you can prepare yourself properly to achieve your life goal is through a proper education. At this point in time in history, the only way we can have a proper education is via online learning. Therefore, I encourage you to pay attention in your classes. Pay attention. Disregard all distractions around you. I know it's hard. Your parents are running around. Your siblings are running around. But if you want to succeed in life, in skill set learning or academics, you must pay attention in your class. So thank you very much, and I hope that for the rest of this assembly, we all pay attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Crystal Sylvester. Always pertinent, direct, and easy to understand. We see now why she's so popular with her students. So students, like I said, I know this is a new experience for all of us, but helping us through this experience, yes, we have administration, but we also have a team of managers. Our school relies on these managers to make sure that everything is running every day. So these managers are divided into a few categories, and we're going to hear from some of them this morning. Our first group of middle managers are the deans, and to introduce them, I would like to pass the microphone on to our Vice Principal, Mr. Nigel Richards. Mr. Richards?
A pleasant good morning to all students and teachers. Let us congratulate ourselves at Siparia West for hosting our first virtual assembly. It is a sign of positive things to come. I am Mr. Richards, your acting vice principal. While I am unknown to the Form 1s, I believe the other students know me as a dean at school before COVID-19 changed our way of schooling and lives. I will continue to be of service to all students and will work closely with all members of staff at Siparia West, teaching and non-teaching, in an effort to add value to your education and life. I repeat, in an effort to add value to your education and life. Thank you. At this time, students, let me warmly introduce your hard-working deans. Mr. Nanku.
Good morning to everyone. I am Krista Nanku, responsible for the Form 1 Deans. And as Mr. Richard indicated, we are hardworking, we are committed. I am committed to the Form 1's working. And Happy New Year. This experience for you, the virtual learning and even those on packages, it's a transition that you would not be accustomed to because you would have experienced your physical interaction in your school, your primary school. However, you have transitioned from primary school to secondary school, and it could be a bit challenging for some more than others. However, as human beings, we are designed to learn, to adapt, and to become better at what we do. And as our thought for the day person indicated, once you pay attention and you invest in your time, in your education, you certainly will become successful. Thank you very much, and I look forward to working with you.
Mr. Bacchus.
Okay, good morning and Happy New Year to all. My name is Mr. Francis Bacchus, and at present I'm a dean at the Siparia Secondary School and I represent the Form 2 group of students. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Ms. Rasul is not with us this morning, but she represents the Form 3 level and she sent her warm regards. Ms. Lieben.
Good morning, students, and good morning, staff of the Siparia West Secondary School. This is where usually you would respond to me at assembly. So let's do it the virtual way. How about you go on the chat and type good morning Siparia West or good morning right now. You are part of this and we want you to be interactive during this assembly. So please go on the chat and type good morning. Many of you know me from seeing me in the school and some of you all know me by name. So let me introduce myself again. My name is Ms. Lieben and I am happy to be working with the Form 4 group this school year as your dean. Looking forward to that interaction and to also helping you add value to your life. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Ms. Edwards. So it seems as though Ms. Edwards is not with us this morning. However, Ms. Edwards is responsible for the Form 5. So thank you, students. Do enjoy the rest of your assembly. Bye.
And thank you, Mr. Richards, our acting vice principal. Mr. Richards is a well-known stalwart in the school, and we are looking forward to working with him even in these trying COVID-19 times. to hear now, to describe to the students what are the duties of the deans. What is it that deans do? Now, I know that there are some of you here who are logged on, eagerly typing good morning, as Ms. Lieben asked you to, who have had some interaction with deans. But deans aren't only about keeping you in class. So let's hear about the duties of the deans. It's my pleasure to call on the Form 1 Dean, Mr. Krista Nanku, to tell us more about the role of deans in our school. Mr. Nanku?
Pleasant good morning again. And it's certainly a pleasure and a privilege to do this. Duties and responsibilities of deans. 1. In collaboration with the principal, vice principal, and head of departments and form teachers, we assist in formulating and developing a system of monitoring the academic performance and discipline of groups of students from Form 1 to Form 6. We also, as dean, supervise the system for monitoring students' academic performance and discipline by 1. Coordinating and supervising the activities of form teachers and co-curricular activities of students. Ensuring the preparation and compilation of students' records by form teachers. Conducting interviews and counseling sessions, monitoring the academic performance and all-round development of individual students, and making referral for special behavioral incidents to the SSSD department, which is the support department that makes up with the guidance officer and the social worker. We are, in short, parents in school, or we are parenting you in school away from home. So we work with everybody, all the stakeholders in school and even out of school for your development. And if you haven't understood it just yet, this is what it's all about. We are preparing you to replace us. At one time, all of us were young as you were, and now we have replaced our elders, and now we are preparing you to replace us. So in a couple of years from now, you will be replacing us. So we have to do everything in our powers, legally, comfortably, and considering all aspects to prepare you. And as Mr. Richard said a while ago, adding value to your education. But not just your education, but your all-round development. Spiritually, socially, educationally, financially, we advise you in career choices. We advise you behaviorally, how you should behave, how you should carry about yourself in society. Because in a society, there are certain things that are expected of you as citizens. So as the teachers, the deans, who kind of spearhead the operation and support, we do this and many, many other things. We collaborate with your parents, the police, the principal, the vice principal, these business people on the outside, your aunt, your uncles, your nenen, your godfathers, your godmothers, and everyone who invests in you or stakeholders in your life. Because at the end of the day, we want to prepare you all as good citizens, productive citizens to Trinidad and Tobago, and by extension, the world at large. Thank you very much.
And thank you very much, Mr. Nanku, for that detailed and clear description of Dean's duties. And I just want to remind our students that they can post their comments and questions very respectfully, very polite comments and questions in our chat. on the YouTube channel, and there are some teachers who are spending their morning just responding to you, answering your questions, and dealing with your concerns. Now, as I said, middle management is a team, and there are many players. So Mr. Nanku alluded to some that maybe you don't have too much interaction with as yet, but I know that the guidance unit has classes that students must attend. But there's another part of our school that you're accustomed seeing, but you may not understand how complex the workings are. And that part of the school is your teachers. Now, we are all teaching subjects, but those subjects have been grouped together. They're grouped together in departments. Now, I would like everyone who thinks that they know how many departments we have in school to put your answer right there in the comment section below. Come on, right there below. If you think you know how many departments there are in Siparia West Secondary, let's see you put your numbers up. While that's going on, it is my pleasure to introduce the persons who are in charge of these departments. So every department has a head, a leader, someone who's in charge, and makes sure that the academic part of our school is running smoothly. We've heard from one of these heads of department already, and that would be Mr. Bob Sugrim, who is the head of science and physical education. So that means that all the science subjects, biology, chemistry, physics, integrated science, and physical education, which is a science, are in one department. And I reintroduce the head of this department, Mr. Bob Sugrim. Mr. Sugrim.
Good morning once again, and thank you, Madam Chairperson. Yes, indeed, the science department is very large, and I think, Miss, you forgot to mention agricultural science as well. We do know the importance of food in our lives, and agricultural science, of which we have 2 teachers, do a very wonderful job in teaching our students the production of food and other matters relating to agri-science. And I would like to talk a little bit about physical education. We also have 2 physical education teachers, and I must add that the CSEC 2020 results in physical education was 100%, and I congratulate the physical education teachers for a wonderful job done. And I know they will continue. As a matter of fact, physical education has always maintained a 100% passing. We are looking at the possibility of introducing A-level physical education into our curriculum, but it's something that we have to give some thought into. The pure sciences, as Ms. alluded to, physics, chemistry, and biology, as you would realize, continue to pose some challenge with our students. We are in the process of trying to encourage our students to go deeper into the sciences, as we cannot overstress the importance of these subjects in our lives. Once again, as acting head of the department, I intend to strive my best to ensure that our department succeeds to the highest level in Siparia West Secondary School. Thank you very much once again, and have a good day.
And thank you very much, Mr. Sugrim. And now we go on to a department that I know I love and I would like to join, and that would be home economics. So home economics is paired with Spanish, and we introduce the head now, Ms. Eunice Bullen, the head of home economics and Spanish. Ms. Bullen.
Good morning, members of staff and students. My name is Mrs. Eunice Bullen, acting head of home economics and Spanish. Home economics is an area that specializes in clothing and textile. That is clothes that you love to wear, and you love to be in fashion. So it's an area that I will encourage students to really get into. Also, we have food and nutrition, and we know we all love to eat. We love to create new dishes. So food and nutrition is an area I think and I believe that students should venture into. We also have Spanish, another language, a second language in Trinidad and Tobago that we so encourage students as well as adults to adopt because we have our neighbors, the Venezuelans at this point in time in our country. And to really interact with them, we need to understand their language. And so we have 3 hardworking teachers in my department who is ardent and very responsible in what they do, and they so encourage students to really take up this language. So I'm encouraging my Form 1 students as well as 2s, 3s, 4s, and 5s to really, get involved and to understand and to be interactive in these areas of study that we have to offer. So at this point in time, I would like to welcome you all once again to our second school term in the year 2021. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Bulin. Now we go on to another department that has 2 facets to it. So this department is Technology Education and Visual and Performing Arts. And the head of this department is Ms. Crystal Loader. So I pass the microphone on to Ms. Loader, Head of Technology Education and VAPA, Visual and Performing Arts.
Good morning and welcome. I am Ms. Crystal Loader, the Acting Head of Technology Education and Visual and Performing Arts. I'd like to take this opportunity to wish you all a very productive and safe term. Do have a great day today. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Loader. We now move on to a department that, though it has a simple name like Modern Studies, it has a broad spectrum of subjects that fall under it. And the head of this department is Ms. Wahida Shahid Ali. So I invite her now to address you, Ms. Wahida Shahid Ali, Head of Modern Studies.
Pleasant good morning, members of staff and students. I am Ms. Wahida Shahid Ali, Head of Modern Studies. In the Modern Studies department, we have Social Studies, History, Geography, and HFLE. So welcome and enjoy the rest of the term. Thank you.
So students, I know that you will be noticing that there is a delay when we switch from one speaker to the next, but don't worry about it. If we were on stage, there would be the same delay as one person walks off the stage and the other person comes on the stage. So it's the same thing. This delay is caused because we're doing a virtual assembly, as you all know, and you have been doing virtual online classes. I know that we are all hankering to get back to school, but we are waiting instructions from the ministry. So just hang in there. As we continue with our introduction of heads of department, I know that we're seeing those numbers coming in below as to how many departments our school really has. Here's a department that teaches everybody, right? So English language arts, we're all doing the subjects. We know that we need to have it. And here's the lady in charge of the department, Ms. Christine Lakan Mutu. Mrs. Mutu?
Good morning, students and staff, and welcome to our first virtual assembly. I am Mrs. Mutu, the head of the English Language Arts Department, and I just want to wish you all a good day and a productive year ahead. Thanks.
It seems to me that we had a little trouble with the video then, but don't worry, students. When you all come out and well, we don't even know when that will be. Some of you before others, but as you all come out, you will have your opportunity to meet all of these heads of department and your subject teachers in person. Now, I know what we're all concerned about. we're all really interested in money. Here's a man who teaches about money for a living. I call now on Mr. Joel Rattan, who is the head of business studies.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to school, well, virtually. My name is Mr. Joel Rattan. I'm the head of department for business studies at school. Our department has a number of subjects that we offer at CXC and at A levels. At CXC, we have principles of business, principles of accounts, and economics. At A levels, we have management of business, also A level accounting, economics, and entrepreneurship. Our subjects cater for you when you leave school, and you know, I always tell students you need to go into business to earn a living. If you have to make money, we will help you do that, right? So welcome back to school like this, and God bless everyone and have a wonderful day. Take care.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rattan. And I know that knowledge of business is important for everyone, no matter what career path you choose to follow. Everyone needs to understand how the economy works. Another thing that people need to have is a practical skill that makes you marketable in the workplace or can save you money in your own life. So let's talk about some of these departments that give you a great practical skill. In building, electrical, and technical drawing, the head of that department, Mr. Ramjatan. So, Mr. Ramjatan, I'd like you to address us now, the head of building, electrical, and technical drawing.
Okay, a very pleasant good morning to members of staff and students. My name is Mr. Ramjatan, and I'm the head of building, electrical, and technical drawing. May I say in the area of building, we have three aspects. We have furniture making, we have construction carpentry, and we have CXC woods. In the area of electrical, we have electrical installation, which is basically house wiring, and we have electronics, which deal with computers, etc. Right? In the area of technical drawing, which I think is a very great subject for students to get into because it can enhance your career and open avenues for you, right? We have technical drawing. So a very pleasant good day to one and all. Thank you very much.
And thank you, Mr. Ramjatan. Our next department, mechanical and automotive studies. The head of that department, Mr. Danis Harnarain. Mr. Harnarain also interacts with students on a regular basis. So we now pass on to Mr. Harnarain. Mr. Harnarain.
Good morning to all members of staff and to our beautiful students. My name is Danis Harnarain, and I'm the acting head of the department for mechanical. Mechanical department consists of auto mechanics, machine shop, and welding. And at Siparia West Secondary School, you will realize that in the staff area, these are the areas that are highly subscribed. I want to urge the students in Form 3 to start to think about which one of the craft subjects that they want to do from now, so that when there's time to choose the subject, they have no problem in choosing what they want to do in life. Thank you all very much and have a happy day.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Harnarain. And now we come down to the head of maths and computer studies. But before I pass the microphone to Ms. Raghaba, I would like to remind the students that there's a register for you to sign. So all students who are logged on to the live stream, who are looking at us on YouTube, please sign the register so that we know that you're here. Make your presence known. This is the official attendance for second period. So students, please sign the register, and I hope I don't have to keep reminding people, but I will. And now I am about to introduce the head of Maths and Computer Studies, Ms. Nisha Raghuba, who's also in charge of IT in our school. And I invite Ms. Raghuba to address you at this time. Ms. Raghuba.
Thank you, Ms. Bullock. A pleasant good morning to all members of staff, students, and all those who are viewing live via our YouTube channel. As Ms. Bullock said, I am Ms. Nisha Raghuba, and I'm the head of the Mathematics and Computer Studies Department at Siparia West Secondary School. This is the largest department at Siparia West Secondary School. There are 8 mathematics teachers and 5 IT ICT teachers. We always look forward to interacting with you, the students, and keeping you informed. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
And thank you, Ms. Raghuba. We now move on to Siparia West Secondary stakeholders. And as I said, stakeholders are persons who have an interest or a stake in what goes on at Siparia West Secondary. Now, obviously, you, the students, are stakeholders. We, the teachers, and all the members of staff are stakeholders. But there are other parties that have an interest in making sure that our school succeeds, that Siparia West is the best. So speaking on behalf of those stakeholders, it's my pleasure to call back now Ms. Ramona Lieben to address you. Ms. Lieben.
Good morning once again. So, it is my pleasure this morning to remind you of the importance of some of the other persons we see either on a daily basis or occasionally on our compound, and to remind you of the role they play so that we can show some appreciation for them this morning. These persons, as Ms. Bullock said, are stakeholders in the school. Now, you are a stakeholder. Your teachers are stakeholders as well, but they are not the only stakeholders in the investment of your education, for the success of your education. There are many other people who make up that school. So, type in the chat now some of the other persons you see in the school on a regular basis, or even once in a while, who contribute to your comfort, who contribute to your success. I'm giving you all 5 seconds to see if you can type some of the other stakeholders. All right. So I am sure one of the first stakeholders you all put down is MPS, because those we see them all during the day and even after. MPS is made up of 2 sets of persons. Those who keep you safe during the day, those who monitor your safety, they monitor persons coming and going on the compound, and those who keep you comfortable, who are the ones cleaning up sometimes after you, what you've left. The dirt, the dust, picking up stuff from on the lawn that might have accidentally fallen off from you because we don't litter, not here at Siparia West, correct? So the MPS members of staff would like to show appreciation. So in the chat, I'd like you to put an emoji, a clap, or say, thank you, MPS. Thank you, cleaners. Thank you, security. And also contributing to safety are your safety officers. A special good morning to Mr. Payne and Mr. Miguel. Many of you would not have met Mr. Miguel because, unfortunately, he came around the time when COVID started. So, when you return, you will formally meet Mr. Miguel. But the safety officers will work tremendously hard on this compound, keeping you safe and also looking after your welfare. So, let's go again. Thank you. I think my internet might be dropping sometimes. I really hope it's not on your end. But type in the chat, who is this stakeholder? I'm going to say thank you now. Where did I get this morning? No, not up the road in the grocery. I got it by our favorite canteen manager, Derek. Derek, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for always being there and providing for us the wonderful meals that you prepare. Now, did anybody notice that I changed by taking off my jacket? Has anyone noticed that I'm now in my jersey? Now, this is just not an ordinary jersey. This is the PTA, the school PTA official jersey. Who are the PTA? Is the PTA just your parents? It's mainly your parents, but the PTA stands for Parent Teachers Association. And they are very important in helping build your school. Your PTA is not only there for raising funds, but they are also there to support you, I always tell my students, you have an issue that is not being addressed, speak to your parents and let the PTA come and represent for you. Because the PTA comes like your very own union. All right? So let us say thank you to the PTA. Thank you for supporting the students. Thank you for supporting our school. Thank you for building our school. Are you all keeping up with me? Have you all put your clapping emoji in the chat? Come on, let us say thank you. It's important to give thanks from the time you wake up in the morning and to others around you. Now, other stakeholders in the school are the civil servants, the civil service staff. Now, this is a wide group of people, and you all interact with them on a daily basis. Who are some of these civil service staff? Where can you find them? Type again in the chat. I'm waiting. Anybody put office staff? Have you come to the office to ask to make a phone call, to call a parent? The Maxi is not coming. And while I say Maxi, let me also say thank you to transport, PTSD, the Maxi person to take you to and fro. But our office staff sometimes helps you photocopy things, helps you with your SBA in terms of printing or typing, and they're always very friendly and ready to assist you where they can, but they also assist the general public. Who else did you all put down for civil service staff? What about the technicians? For those of you who are working in the lab areas, it could be the science lab, it could be the agri lab, it could be even the lab for the technology. There are technicians who put out things there for you. And the technicians don't just put out the equipment that you need to use and put it back. In our school, Siparia West has a culture where the technicians are very involved in ensuring that you are successful. So many technicians spend that extra time talking to you or advising you. Sometimes they give you some advice on how to use a particular equipment, etc., and whatnot. So let's say thank you to all of the technicians, from the IT technician that you go to help you when your computer has a virus or it stopped working, to the lab technician, the agri technician, all of our technicians, the aid room technician who is there at assembly when we are physically here helping us set up the PA, and the AD technician has a crew, some of our students, right? Well, you students. So let's say thank you for your effort. Let's go again. Wonderful. Now, let me wrap up in terms of stakeholders. A school has many stakeholders, but we must make mention of LSB, the community, and groups in the school. Groups like HOPE, which is about student welfare. LSB, that assists the principal and the school with strategic planning and linkage with the community. And the community, you know that the community is a stakeholder, it's made up of stakeholders as well. For instance, let's begin with the counselor for our school. Did you know that he's a past student of the school? And as I've just said, past student, let's say thank you to the past people who contribute to the school. They too are stakeholders. Mr. Jason Ali is a past student of the school and he's now the counselor responsible for the school as well as the general area. And he has been willing to assist the school, particularly during the COVID time. He called me about hampers, etc. And even the MP, Dr. Bodo even called the principal about a couple of laptops for needy students. And when we call on them, they try to see how they can assist them. Let us thank all of the community stakeholders like the Siparia Regional Corporation, the business community, the persons who donate, right? Many times we do fundraising and we go to persons external to the school to give prizes or give cash to help us get things done. So it is important to say thank you. So let us appreciate all of the stakeholders. And I really hope I didn't leave out anyone, but I know the time is tight. So please forgive me if I did. And I want to say I appreciate you and we all appreciate you. So thank you, and our final emoji on the chat saying thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, Ms. Lieben, for that interactive session. I saw that the students were really getting involved in it. We saw a lot of that clapping, so congratulations to you too. And I want to say that when it is really that we have to go out to the community at large, we always know that Ms. Lieben is willing to go out. And what she didn't mention is that she is part of many of these bodies in school that look to improve students' lives, not just in the classroom, but holistically, which is really our purpose in school. Now, earlier on, I posed a question and I asked students to put the number in. How many departments are there? And we're not going to be taking the people who waited till the end after all the departments were announced to put up their numbers. So for those of you who put up in the beginning, you counted it out, you worked it out, and you put up, the answer is 9. There are 9 departments in Siparia West Secondary. So I won't bother to recap them all. Instead, I'll do something more interesting. I will bring back on now Ms. Nisha Raghuba to talk about the duties of the heads of these departments. Ms. Raghuba?
Hi, good morning once again. The heads of department at Siparia West Secondary School, an integral part of the middle management team at this school, and we do have a very significant role to play in effective teaching and learning. Now, each head of department coordinates and supervises the activities of their department. In a nutshell, we ensure that the curriculum is delivered and provide support to both teachers and students. Our duties also include monitoring the progress of students and guiding you, the students, to ensure your overall development. I want to remind you, students, that Siparia West is your school. So you can type that in the comments. Siparia West is my school. So work hard, learn well, and give your best to make Siparia West the best. So let us start this term with hopes and dreams that no matter how limited we might be, we will do our best to achieve our dreams and attain success. Do have a productive day all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Raghuba. Always clear, concise, and to the point. But when it comes to persuasivity, we really have to give it to Ms. Lieben. She's persuaded me to give her just 30 seconds more. So, Ms. Lieben, we are counting down the time as I will give you back the microphone.
Okay, so let the countdown begin. How could I leave out the community police? The community police are very important in our school life, and they're always here to assist us socially as well as with security and order. Thank you to the community police, and thank you to the library staff who helped you sometimes with your research project and help you with searching for books, etc. So thank you. That's my 30 seconds.
And thank you, Ms. Lieben, for staying on time. And now I know that all our students have been anxiously awaiting for this part of the program. And while you're waiting for it, a gentle reminder to sign the attendance so that our principal, Mr. Ali, will know that you were here and that you were part of this morning's virtual assembly. So as I call on our new principal, our new acting principal, Mr. Ali, to address the school. Mr. Ali, yes. So, students, let's see those clapping emojis, let's see those hands in the chat as we welcome our new principal, Mr. Ibrahim Ali. Mr. Ali.
Blessed good morning to all. I warmly welcome each and every one of our members of staff and our wonderful students to our virtual meeting this morning, this virtual assembly. It's the first time that we are hosting this, and I would really and especially like to thank the entire ICT team who have worked so assiduously over the past week to make this assembly a reality. I cannot thank you enough. A very special welcome to all of our Form 1 students joining us online. I must say that we are very happy that you are with us at Siparia West Secondary School and to allow us to help you with your academic and social journey. As we go forward, the following will be outlined for the second term. Forms 1, 2s, and 3s. Your classes remain online and via packages as you have been doing since term 1. I know it may be hard for some of you, but I urge you to continue and don't give up. Forms 4 and 5, you are scheduled to return to school face-to-face from the 8th of February. The ministry still has to confirm all protocols, and we are staying with that date for now. But remember this, on returning to school, all safety protocols must be adhered to. And I would like to remind you of the following. Before you enter the school compound, your temperature will be taken. If you have a fever, if you are coughing, if you are sick, you will not be allowed on the compound. Once you are allowed entry onto the compound, you must sanitize or wash your hands. You must be in possession of a face mask, and you must be in full uniform and have your books with you. Social distancing must be maintained while you are on the compound. Remember that it's important to social distance. You are also reminded that all our school's policies and procedures are still in effect. We, and I said we, staff and the students, will not accept any form of indiscipline. Late coming, make sure you get up early and get to school on time. We will not tolerate anyone trying to break classes. Definitely fighting, we will not be allowing that. Use of obscene language, any form of disrespect to any teacher, support staff, or your classmates or schoolmates at any time. Please remember that we are not tolerating any form of indiscipline. To all our students again, every effort will be made by teachers to help you with your studies as they have been doing, whether it's face-to-face, online, or collecting packages. But the effort and responsibility eventually lies with you to do your work and to ensure your success. You and you alone have to make it work for you. No one else can make it work for you. We can help you and we can support you, but you have to make it work eventually. We were willing to listen to what you have to say, to your ideas, your views, and your suggestions, and making Siparia West the best. A school where you and your parents and your family members and your community will be proud to be a part of. A school that will add value to your lives by giving you the educational foundation you deserve. But you need to help us, and together we will change that negative image of our school that has plagued us over the years. I ask you to help in doing your part in rebranding and re-energizing our school with our new vision and ideas to attain new successes. Most importantly, your successes, students. A great education is not only about the subjects you are studying, but by becoming a great person. It includes how you get along with others, your teachers, your friends, your classmates, how you keep your classroom and school's environment, how you maintain your desks, your chairs, your textbooks, and even how you keep trying after you may have failed. Always try to stand up again after you have fallen. And I would really like you to wear your uniform with pride. Be proud of your Siparia West Secondary School's uniform at all times. Students, our country has one of the best free education systems in the Caribbean region. And I must say thanks to the vision of Dr. Eric Williams, our first Prime Minister, who had a vision that our children must be educated. I have to say, in many countries, students have to pay for an education, pay to go to primary school, pay to go to secondary schools. You are fortunate to have buildings where you can sit comfortably in. There are many countries in the world, students are studying under trees and out in the open sun and in the desert. You are fortunate to have school transportation, books, and school meals. Do not take those things for granted, children. Do not waste it. Do not throw it away. You see, many of you have role models whom you admire, and I'm sure that these role models had many struggles along the way in becoming the successes that they are today. But they are successful today because they did not give up when things were going bad, when things were not going the way they liked. They kept trying and trying until they achieved. I myself faced many struggles as a secondary school student as well, but I never gave up. And today, I am the acting principal of Siparia West Secondary. And I'm sure if you ask your teachers, they may have similar stories of struggles at secondary school. So please do not let struggles stop you. It is good. God did not bring into this world anything that was bad. You have the strength within you to succeed. The potential is above difficult situations. And you have determination in you to work hard to be the best that you can. Believe in yourselves, because we, the teachers at Siparia West Secondary, we believe in you. And let us all together make Siparia West Secondary the best. I know that this term may be difficult and trying for some of you. Last term was also difficult and trying for some of you. There will always be times when you'll be feeling like giving up. There will be times where you will feel lost and alone, and some of you may even feel like crying. It is at those times I want you to remember, we are here for you, to allow you to talk out your frustrations, and I know many of you have a lot of frustrations in your lives. We are there to help you with your problems, to let you cry if you need to, or just to even sit with you in silence while you go through your thoughts in your head. Know that we are here to support you, students. Whenever you need us, you have your teachers, there are dean, guidance officers, safety officers, and so many other members on this compound on a daily basis. We are here for you. Ask for help. Former President of the United States of America, President Barack Obama said, asking for help is not a sign of weakness. It takes strength to ask for help. Always remember that. It takes strength and courage to ask someone to help you. So ask for help. and be the best that you can. To my staff, I thank you tremendously for all the support you have given over the years. And as we go forward in this new chapter in our school's history, with a new vision to make Siparia West the best, I stand by my words, and I will continue to do so, that Siparia West Secondary School has the best staff that students can want and that a principal can want. Let us continue to lift and support our students. Let us do that with good words, good deeds, good actions. Let us lead by example. Let us go in the classroom and remember to tell them good morning. Make sure the classroom is rearranged. Make sure that it's clean. Make sure that we always teach them the way that they need to be taught. Let us treat them with understanding, dignity, compassion, and love. Let us change the old ways of doing things. Let us change that way. And let's create a new learning environment to meet the needs of all our students. Together, and I emphasize the word together, staff and students, together, let's make our new vision a reality. Together, let's make Siparia West Secondary the best. God bless us and every one of you, and I wish you a productive day. I am Acting Principal Ibrahim Ali, and I thank you for this time to welcome you again to our Siparia West Secondary, and let us make Siparia West Secondary the best. Thank you, and have a productive day.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ali, and I know that all of our students and staff and parents and other stakeholders who are looking on at us live on YouTube now, especially our students who have already signed their student register, feel that as we move forward in mutual understanding and respect, we will make Siparia West Secondary the best. I now invite our head of Maths and Computer Studies, Ms. Nisha Raghubar, to give us our closing comments and address by the IT team. Ms. Raghubar.
Good morning once again to all members of staff, students, and all those who are viewing via our YouTube Live this morning. So COVID-19 has created a new normal, and we understand that it has impacted you and your families as it has impacted us, but we must all adapt and conform. Technology is playing a critical role in every aspect of our lives today. So in order to bridge the gap that existed at Siparia West Secondary School, an IT team was formed to implement the ongoing initiatives of the Ministry of Education and to provide technological support and solutions to Siparia West. Now, one such project was to create a YouTube channel so that educational videos and content can be shared. We can also stream school events just like this assembly this morning. Wonderful, not so? So we urge all who are viewing to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. So students, please go to the subscribe button on the YouTube channel, click subscribe now. Also, to all our colleagues, we are reminding you to subscribe to the school's YouTube channel. Another project that the IT team is currently working on is our school's official website, which we will launch very, very soon. It is there that you would find accurate, up-to-date, and relevant information. A student portal, a media page, library services, attendance register, access to class timetables, learning resources, a notice board with upcoming events, and lots more. It is really exciting and very impressive. All of these and today's assembly was made possible, though, through the committed, dedicated, and hardworking members of the IT team, who is being led at this time by Ms. Brihannia White. At this time, most members of the IT team are all working behind the scenes to ensure a smooth assembly and moderating on the YouTube channel. Thank you so very much. At the launch of the website, you all will be introduced to all these members. So thank you again, and I say subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you so very much again. Have a wonderful day.
And thank you, Mrs. Raghava. Thank you for your leadership in this. We also want to thank Ms. White for her leadership in the IT team. And I know that you all worked long extra hours into the weekend because I was there. So students, as Ms. said, I want to remind you not just to subscribe and turn on that notification bell for this YouTube channel so that you will be in the know as to what's going on in school. Remember that you don't have to wait until you come back out in person to give us your suggestions and ideas. You can pass these on to your teachers, your form teachers in class. You can even pass it on to your parents or contact us. So we are looking at, as we know, Carnival in Trinidad 2021 is going to be virtual. And Ms. Liban just reminded me that you have to keep subscribed to our channel and then later onto our website to get information on our Design a Carnival Mask and TikTok Carnival Challenge. I know how we feel about the TikTok videos. I know there's some people who just got so excited when I said that, and I hope that they remember to sign the student register as well. So students, this has been our first virtual assembly. Please look out for more of these and for other events which will be streamed live on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell. So this has been our first virtual assembly for Siparia West Secondary. And I thank you all for your attention and your attendance. And I'll see you next time right here. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Liban, your hands up.
Yes, are we having any